I'm gonna tell you about my Adderall addiction because it's something I've been wanting to share with you for a while. One, I feel like it'll feel good for me to get it off my chest and be open and honest and vulnerable about it with you. And then two, I don't know if maybe you may be going through the same thing because it's such a widely prescribed drug, or maybe you know someone who's going through the same thing and it might give them some insight and clarity as to why exactly they're taking it as well. So let me just start with the first time I really started using Adderall, and that was in college. I had some fraternity brothers, a roommate who were prescribed to Adderall and Vyvanse, and they told me this pill, this drug, could help you study for hours on end. It made you super smart, made you super focused, and I tried it and I liked it. It felt good, and they were right. I was studying for hours. I used to dip tobacco, grizzly wintergreen, throw a fat pinch in my lip, and just fucking study, bro. Just like, and I was like, holy shit, I can get so much studying done when I take this shit. And the dip felt extra good. I had this buzz. I just felt good. And the only things that I noticed is it kind of like made my dick shrivel up a little, and it made me extra horny. I wanted to watch porn, and if I did watch porn, I would watch porn for a long time. And it also made me very irritable when I was like coming off of it. You know, kind of had it here and there in college. I would buy a few pills here and there for finals. It was undeniable that when I took it, I was much more capable of studying for long periods of time. I enjoyed it. I just kind of felt deep down that it probably wasn't the best for my health. However, fast forward to after college, I got a job as an oil and gas landman, had some tedious work. And when I got promoted to a land manager, work was getting really intense. I decided, man, like I remember that Adderall used to really help me a lot back in college. I feel like I'm ADD, ADHD. There's so many people that are prescribed to it. Let me see a doctor and see what they think. So I went to a ADHD doctor. They asked me a couple questions. Pretty much all I told them was like, yeah, like I can never find my wallet and keys. Like I always misplace them. And they're like, yeah, you have ADHD. You definitely need Adderall. It's like, okay, shit, cool, that was easy. And I got prescribed. I think I was prescribed like 20 milligrams of the instant Adderalls a day, and I started taking them. I started taking them pretty consistently Monday through Friday. For a while there, it was just a work thing, and I had a coworker that I split the prescription with. After we started taking it for a while, you know, it went from 20 to 40. And I told the doctor, you know, on the check-ins, I think I had to check in every 3 months of, hey, I need to increase the dosage. So it quickly became 40 milligrams, you know, no questions asked, boom, just okay, you need more, boom, there it is, they increased more, which is crazy. Once I was on the 40 milligrams a day, I did start to notice that irritability being more prevalent. It was like I was recovering during the week, like my dopamine, all the natural stuff going on in my brain had to recover over the weekend, and like during the week I was just like depleting myself and dehumanizing myself. Everything is a task that needed to get done, right? Even a conversation, if somebody called, like, okay, what's the purpose of this call? Boom, boom. Somebody, you know, passed me in the hallway, okay, what's the purpose of this? I was just so, and on top of that, I was pounding coffee as well on top of that, and dipping tobacco like a motherfucker. Just fat pinch it, gator lip until I was raw. I don't know exactly what it was, but maybe for about 2 years there, I need to get off of this. I need to get off of this for a while. And I would get off. I was living in Denver at the time. I got off for a few months and things would get stressful at work, and I would convince myself, man, I need to get back on it. I need to get back on Adderall. I'm not as productive without it. And once I launched my own business, got out of the oil and gas industry, I got back on Adderall, started B-Nails, and you know, the pressures of starting your own business far exceed and outweigh working for companies, at least in my experience. So started abusing it again. You know, prescribed 40 milligrams, but sometimes I didn't take it on the weekend, sometimes would take 60, sometimes 70. And I developed some really negative habits and patterns around the Adderall. The Adderall addiction led to more addictions. Porn addiction was a big one. Cannabis and weed addiction both kind of became a result of the Adderall. So since I was so just like cracked out all day working, I felt that I needed to get high and smoke for me to be able to even go to sleep that night and on work nights. And then after I would smoke and get high, I felt like, okay, now I need to watch porn and jerk off and ejaculate so I can go to bed. And it became this cycle that was almost every single weekday, unless I had something else going on in the evening, that like took Adderall, got home, smoked weed, watched porn, jerk off, go to bed. The time that I would spend watching porn started to increase, and I noticed that it was only on the Adderall. I had so much less desire to watch porn when I wasn't on the Adderall. And then of course the tobacco, the coffee, everything. So I again realized this negative pattern and tried to get off once again. Went a few months and something super stressful would happen and I would get back on it. You know, just recently, I haven't counted, you know, the days or the months or how long I've been off of it, but it was just really at the start of 2020, before COVID, that I really was like, I really need to stop this for good. And I need to stop the prescription, because occasionally I would take it fasted, which is a horrible idea. And so it could hit me harder, and just like take this Adderall and only have Adderall and coffee in my system and tobacco. Right at the time I had quit dipping, so then I started smoking cigarettes for a while. And one day I decided that I was gonna do a fasted Adderall day and go to MMA practice at night. And it was the worst idea that kind of saved my life. So I went over there and trained, got my ass kicked. I was so depleted. I felt like I had no energy. I hadn't eaten all day. I was only running on Adderall. I had to walk off the mats during a drill, and I remember my Coach Ryan, came up and was like, kind of like, what's up? What's going on? And I looked at him and told him, you know, I'm sorry, I just haven't been taking care of myself. And he looked at me and was like, you all right? Like, what's going on? I was like, I just haven't been taking care of myself. You know, I'll fix the issue and you know, get back tomorrow or whatever it was. It's like, hey, remember, like, your body is your vehicle, your temple. You gotta take care of everything. And I was so fucking embarrassed. I felt just like, oh my God, I had to walk off the mats during the middle of a drill because I had no energy. I just was so embarrassed. You know, that's the last thing you want to do at fight team practice, is have to bitch out on the practice. I went home that night and I flushed my entire prescription down the toilet. And I was like, fuck that, I'm getting off Adderall. You know, I was so sick of spending hours and hours and hours in the evenings of just like getting high and watching porn, wasting so many hours over so many years. And it was desensitizing me. The porn was desensitizing me to, you know, to real life sexual experiences with my partners. It was desensitizing me to human relationships. I feel like I really like closed myself off to doing extracurricular things. I was so obsessed with just like working, and my outlet was just like smoking and drugging myself. And the benefit far outweighed the cost. And part of it was also because, you know, I was taking more than what was prescribed, at least originally prescribed, because it's so easy. If you just go to a doctor and tell them you need more, they'll be like, okay, now you need 40 milligrams. But I continued to convince myself that I needed it to be my best, right? To work as productively and efficiently as possible. And it really was a lie to myself, because yeah, even though I would be productive in certain aspects, it caused all these other addictions. You know, I wanted to smoke. I was smoking multiple cigarettes a day, or dipping in the previous years, dipping tobacco, drinking tons of coffee to feel that more like stimulation. had to smoke weed every night to go to bed, every work night at least, watching porn almost every time that I took Adderall. It was like this ritual. During the times when I was off, and now that I'm finally off, those things fell away. You know, like, yeah, every now and then I'll get a craving for some tobacco, especially when drinking. Every now and then, you know, I'll want to watch porn, but it's not nearly to the degree that it was when I was taking Adderall, and I was addicted, and I carried a lot of shame and fear around it that, like, I don't know, like maybe people would find out one day, but like while I was doing it, I knew that one day I would have to tell you and just share this with you and let you know that you are so capable of being your best without any type of drug. There's so many tools and tactics. It just takes a little bit more discipline than just popping a pill. There's so many tools and tactics out there to use to be your best. Time management, meditation, affirmations, accountability ascension, which is my life now, which is what I'm coaching people on, and I invite you to ask me about it to see if it's a right fit for you. And I'm advocating now for no prescription drugs. You know, you don't need them, and they don't help you be your best. In severe cases maybe, but I feel like I was fucking gypped, you know? I went to the doctor, and I feel like I was gypped out of years of my life of wasting a lot of fucking time doing stupid, fucking worthless shit, fucking dipping and smoking fucking cigs all the time and smoking all this fucking weed and watching all this fucking porn, and just like waste of time. And I don't want you to go through the same thing. So yeah, I just want to share a little bit about my story with you. If you're interested in learning more about specific details, please let me know in the comments, shoot me a message. I want to do a better job of being more open and vulnerable and honest with you, and give you things that you can apply to your life. So thank you so much for listening. Hope to see you on the next video. Please like and subscribe. Let me know if you got any value out of this, and keep ascending.